Hi, my name is Deacon Jim, and this is St. Bernadette in South Los Angeles. Today is a very special day as we begin our 74th year here at St. Bernadette. But let me tell you a little bit about it. A parish is born. St. Bernadette Parish was officially established on April 28, 1947, with Reverend William J. Dugan as the newly appointed pastor. The temporary church was located on a converted part of Rancho La Cienega o Poza de Boca La Tierra, which dated back to the year 1790. Sunset Hills Golf Course, designed in 1927, was established on part of the property. The golf course had used the historic Sanchez Adobe building, circa 1790 to 1795, as their clubhouse. The original adobe buildings erected by Sunset Fields were used as a temporary church and rectory. Hence, the structures that became St. Bernadette's first rectory consisted of two of Los Angeles's oldest buildings. Sections of the old golf club served as a church, a meeting hall, and a dining room, and our living quarters. This was St. Bernadette's first church. The new parish included portions of areas carved from St. John the Evangelist and Transfiguration parishes. Mass was first celebrated on August 24, 1947, in the Sunset Fields Clubhouse. Church furnishings and vestments were donated by St. John the Evangelist Parish. The new parish originally consisted of 147 families. The congregation sat on folding chairs and they knelt on the floor. The remodeled auditorium, now the permanent church, had a seating capacity of only 350. On April 4th, 1948, St. Bernadette Church, located at 3701 Stalker Street, was dedicated by then Archbishop Francis A. McIntyre. The school, the convent, and the rectory. As the parish grew, it soon became apparent that a school, a convent, and a new church were needed. The school opened its doors on September 12, 1955, with approximately 300 children in grades K through 6. The school was staffed by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet. 2 weeks after the school opened, the sisters moved into their new convent, located at 4210 Marlton Avenue, and we still use that convent. Construction for the new rectory began in 1955. Father Dugan, Father Kelly, and their housekeeper moved into the residence in February of 1960. As the school continued to progress during the first 2 years, enrollment increased and activities at this parish were plentiful. Since 1958 was the 100-year anniversary since the apparition of Our Lady of Lourdes, St. Bernadette's feast was celebrated in a memorable way. Father Dugan celebrated a high mass in which the entire school sang. At the end of the mass, the children presented Father Dugan with a gold and glass cruet set for the church. The school continued to thrive under the direction of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet until the spring of 1974. From 1974 to 1978, the school facility consisted solely of lay personnel. In the summer of 1978, the school became staffed by the Sisters of the Presentation of the Blessed Virgin Mary. In the fall of 1991, Sister John Marie O'Dwyer, CSJ, became the new principal, and once again, the school was blessed with a partial staff of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet. During the summer of 1995, the remaining presentation sisters left the school. In 1995, the Sisters of the Holy Cross came to live at the convent. These sisters are involved in various ministries for the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. The new church, which you are in right now. Construction for the new church building began in 1959 and was completed in 1960. St. Bernadette Church, situated on the eastern slope of the Baldwin Hills in southwest Los Angeles, is named after the saint to whom Our Lady appeared at the grotto near Lourdes, France in 1858. Almost 100 years after a chapel was built at Lourdes, the little saint through whom Our Lady spoke is commemorated in our country by this church named after her. From its exceptional site, it commands a magnificent vista of Los Angeles, the city of angels. And I often brag about the fact that we have the most beautiful view of the city from any side door of a church in the world. With its tall lattice tower and its red-tiled roof, it's become a landmark in the southwest section of the city. Atop the graceful bell tower rises an anodized aluminum cross. Set on an angle at Marlton and Don Felipe Drive, the face of the edifice features a magnificent Italian mosaic mural of Our Lady of Lourdes and Saint Bernadette, bearing the inscription, Ad Jesum per Mariam. Upon entering the nave of the church through the glass-etched doors, which you can see behind me, one is immediately overwhelmed by the beauty and the vastness of this interior, and it's magnified by the fact that we don't have pews in here right now. And by the way, in the early church, there were no pews, so this is probably very authentic to what early churches were very much like. 2/3 of this seating capacity, which is 1,050, are in the transept. And that transept is supported by 4 Italian marble-faced columns over a terrazzo-covered floor. The beautiful sanctuary and the altar, with its complementary colored redos, is crowned by a semicircular apse, or what we might call a dome, and altar railings came from Italy and were constructed there by famous stonecutters specifically for this church. The tabernacle, the sanctuary light, and the hexagonal candlesticks are made of bronze. And the simplicity of design of the altar and sanctuary furnishings blend in a harmony with the colors and architecture of the edifice. On the north and south ends of the transepts are stained glass windows of the Assumption of Mary, the Nativity, and Our Lady of Lourdes with Saint Bernadette, all designed by Franz Meyer of München, Germany. The transept has 2 entrances on either side, affording easy entrance and access to the church. Today, we celebrate, of course, on April 28th, we celebrate our parish community throughout this 74th anniversary year. Please join us as we celebrate, and particularly when our church has the new pews, and we're back open again for masses here. Please join us as we celebrate our beautiful church community during this special time of the year. Amen.